Batisi TV, Lawan Rashipi Daka Frank Yamaha, the Maxi Sports Scooter Arox 155, Ringkat Bakanet Foodish, Ordar Mapi, Ninwan Ramani, Hakir Dobying Jompi.
Everything you say to me, just one step closer to the edge. And all that's a break, I need a little room to breathe. Just one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
Ka Sankar College long hak sauturik mulai wiang arjar arpuar kalap long ya ka Jingïathir yatai Halor ka phang party politics and politician participation hak balai shimenta de ki noyalam jong ki sengsan parthei bapher hak Jingïathir Halor ka ni ka phang ki nong shimenta ki bekan thup yu ba Arden Miller basai moi Dr Jeminu Mautho uba Banjop Pengrop uba KP Pangyang uba Gregory Shulai uba Manuel Badwar Bat uba Fabian Lingdo la sei ya lagi jong kinya kumnu ban penchai shphang ge jingdon kam jong ki sengsan berthei ba ge jingye shimbenta jong ki pajba haki Saiñhima Sima kene ge Jingïathir kalawan ra ya ge jingmentoy ya ki samla pulie ki balayolat ban sngap ya ki jingkren na ki ni ge reu san berthei hakani ge Jingïathir la sakhilang da principal jong Sankar College ka Dr Yurika F Lingdo kinoi kai jong ni ka college bat kiwe
we thought it prudent that what best but to hear from our distinguished leaders about the programs and policies of their parties and what they have in store for us as a state of Meghalaya, especially with 50 years of statehood that we have just recently achieved. These are great thinkers, they are great leaders, and they have with them immense experience and wisdom for us to learn. And the objective, sirs, of this program is that we become informed. We become informed of the issues before us so that we are able to make a conscious and a conscientious decision when we are to exercise our franchise. Because we also as the audience have our part to play. They are playing in the political domain. We have to play when we are to exercise our franchise. We have to participate in the political process. We have to be informed of the issues of the day. We have to be updated. We have to upgrade ourselves. We have to be very, very sensitized so that we are able to make the correct decisions in the coming elections.
Also matters. Political participation is valuable for most forms of government, but it is vital for a healthy democracy. While voting is the most obvious form of political participation, there are, however, a wide variety of ways for citizens to have their voices heard outside election. We can start by reading on the various political parties, compare and analyze, debate and discuss in a symposium such as this. We can study the tactics of political parties to attract votes. We look into the short-term versus the long-term visions. Sadly, majority of us, we practice political abstention. We practice this purely by not participating at all. Through this platform today, we will be getting a chance to listen to our representatives and party spokespersons from various political parties to share with us their take on various issues that concern citizens of the state directly and or indirectly.
Some examples that I've always seen, at least as far as my party is concerned, is that it stands by its true ideologies of ensuring that development does not go to only a few, but it percolates down to just about everybody in the society. Because as a society, we all know that sooner or later somebody is going to run faster than the other, and somebody or the other is going to get left behind. And this is no fault of theirs, because the society progresses like that, especially in a capitalistic society that we live in, whereby we all get opportunities, sometimes or the other by virtue of some hardships that may arise at home or in the society itself, there will always be somebody who will get left behind. But it is important to notice that while we are in a capitalistic society, we also have to have certain things that I call support systems, which will allow the people who have been left behind to come forward. When I was working in various companies and I was working outside, I always remember that, when people come and tell me that, Manuel, the fact that people from your community normally gets scheduled tribe certificates and benefits, it's something that we don't really like. But I used to tell them that you come from a society that's very progressive.
Further, most of the political parties in Meghalaya, especially the regional parties, do not have a clear ideology. The emergence of personality-centric politics in the state has further limited the role of ideology in the politics of the state. It is also very unfortunate that the state has not been able to produce visionary leaders even after 5 decades of statehood. The absence of visionary leaders is also one of the causes that deprive its citizens their rights to live a life with dignity. There is a policy paralysis in the state of Meghalaya, and that is why the state ranked the lowest in every sphere. This is a major embarrassment for every right-thinking people in the state. And I think you all know what is Meghalaya today. Meghalaya ranked the 5th poorest state in the country and the poorest in the northeastern region. It is the worst performer in the field of education. It has 10% of malnourished persons among states. And it is the 6th among the states with the highest percentage, highest death rate in children and youth. It is the 2nd in the country with regards to cancer prevalence among men. And according to Sustainable Development Goals, India Index 2020-2021, Meghalaya ranked 23rd. So our decision to launch a new regional party is not a matter of choice. We are left with no option in a given situation. We have analyzed the activities and role of all the regional parties that are there in the state. It is regrettable that all of them have failed the people of the state miserably. Our party is formed on the basis of 2 strong foundations, that is, the principle of clean politics and to protect and safeguard the interests of the indigenous people of the state, which is non-negotiable, and at the same time, without depriving and compromising the constitutional rights of other citizens residing in the state, to be organized in different parts of the state, to enlighten the people about the rampant corruption that exists in the state and the need to bring about political change. People must understand that they are the catalysts of change if they want to see better Meghalaya in the days to come. Thank you.
When we say politics, we always attach a negative connotation to it. We always attach a negative connotation to it. The focus should be on the greatest good for the greatest number. This is what I feel. And when we talk of party politics, I would like to go back, when we first joined the political party, UDP, about almost 2 decades back. I still remember my good friend Saiñhima. It was in the year 2006. Before that, we were involved in youth organizations. We were also firebrand leaders, as far as the youth are concerned. And it was in the year 2006 that myself and Saiñhima joined the United Democratic Party. On the same day, on the same year, on the same month. That was 2006. But consequent to that, because of party politics, we went our separate ways. I rejoined the party later on, and Arden went to join another party, and now he has formed a new party. This is party politics, if we have to talk about party politics. And very interestingly, if you talk about party politics, we have to look at it from both sides. We have the positive side and we have the negative side. When we talk of party politics from the positive point of view, we are talking about having dialogues. We are talking about having consultations. We are talking about having deliberations. We are talking about consensus and cooperation. But if you look at it from another angle, when we talk of party politics, again we are talking about conflict of interest and we're talking of manipulation. And when we look at the politics as far as Meghalaya is concerned, Meghalaya exhibits a very interesting, the story of politics in Meghalaya, it reflects something else. It is unique. We have a unique culture as far as politics is concerned. Now we are a region of stagnation, and we need to change the mindset of the people. I think it is time for us to bring about changes in the mindset of the people. We only talk about problems. It's easy to talk about problems. This blame culture has to stop. It's easy to talk about problems, but can we also prescribe solutions? Do we have a vision for the state? 50 years have gone by. Can we think about the 50 years ahead? What are we going to do for the future of our children? I think this is very, very important. So if we talk about party politics, political participation, I think it's time for engagement of all cross-sections of the people as far as the politics in Meghalaya is concerned. If we are to propel the state forward, UDP stands for unity of purpose, not only of the indigenous population of the state. As Arden has mentioned, we stand to safeguard, to protect the rights of the indigenous people without infringing on the rights of other people also. We need to respect that. Unity of purpose, peace and development, that is what we want. Just the other day, I met a member who has come all the way from Delhi, belonging to the central leadership. I told him, I said, I want to have, our thinking, because ours is a small state. And we know who's at the helm of power at the center. We need to have a strong center-state relations. And I told him that I can assure you that we will try to ensure that there is political accountability, and also the administrative machinery also has to be accountable. We need to strengthen these. It's very important if we are to think not only of development, but also of the welfare of the people in the state of Meghalaya.
Formed 10 years back in 2013 elections with just 2 MLAs. Today, the National People's Party is the single largest party in the state with 21 MLAs, winning 3 by-elections also in the state. The love of the people of the state for the National People's Party is growing from time to time, because the reason is we have leaders who are humble, humility, which is a very integral part of politics. Once you're arrogant, means that is the first failure in politics. In politics, you have to be humble, humility. And the National People's Party, whom I represent, is getting stronger day by day. As you can see, from all parts of the state, people are joining the National People's Party. Going back to the past, about party politics, I can say party politics is when one political party form a law, make a law or policies. We'll go back when we achieved our statehood way back in 1972, where the government of that day, they passed the Meghalaya Land Transfer Act. That is an act which is being hailed till today by all the tribals of the state of Meghalaya, where we are protected, being a very minuscule population of the country, very less, I can say. These are kind of policies where political parties have to make. And coming to this day, where we can see in the current dispensation, the NPP has taken steps in trying to resolve so many contentious issues, so many sensitive issues, I can say. The border issue is an example. Me being a representative from the border issue, you know, it's a very hard task for me. I'll just share a little bit of my experience before this phase 1 settlement regarding the boundary dispute. There's one of the sectors out of the 12 areas of defenses that's called the Gizan sector, where one PMGSY road was sanctioned by the government, which is 6 kilometers from Athiabari to Umshek. The district council from Millim, he's a member from Millim. He was minister in the previous governments. He was a cabinet minister. He never spoke about border when he was a cabinet minister. But yesterday, he spoke the love for the Jadbunriyo, for the state. That is politics. Any political party, you know, to gain mileage, to get mileage, they'll play politics. That is the politics that he's trying to play, to induce in the minds of the people of state that this government has failed in solving the border issue. That is politics. And my dear friends, I can see 80% of this hall, you are youths. My request to you all is, you have to come out and participate in politics. I've seen in our state, Meghalaya, mostly the youths in the age of 18 to 25, they go and vote listening to the parents, listening to their uncles, listening to teachers. But I feel it's high time for the youths to come out and listen to their heart and choose the right candidate, where they can see this candidate who has a vision for them. That is my humble request. Imagine a state like Meghalaya in the last 2018 elections, the largest constituency, Maulai constituency, the turnout of the voting was just 59%. Why is the turnout so less during elections? If you want changes, I can say many educated people, many rich people, they don't go and vote during elections. That's very wrong. And they are the people only who complain also against the government, but they didn't go and vote. So my appeal is that people of the state, they should come out and vote and choose the right candidate, choose the right party where they can perform for you all.